Hello guys, how are you doing? My name is TNG or Joshua Vecygaming, and today we are going over the 1.7 update. Of course it says 1.7.2, that's the actual version that was released, the full version of 1.7, and we're going to go over all the different features that's been added and changed and all that crazy stuff. So this update is actually really good. Jeb and the Mojang team have done really well on this update. I really love this update a lot. It changes quite a lot of things, especially a lot of the multiplayer. So now on multiplayer, and unfortunately this is not connecting properly. Yeah, basically on multiplayer, anyone who has a server will now have a new folder, which will allow you to put a icon in front of your server, which will make it easier for people to see which icon is different. Of course, this server that I was using and I've been playing on is on 1.6.4, so we won't actually see it, but the icon should be there or there. And what you can also do now is there'll be a players count. So when you hover over it, it'll tell you what players are there, and you can actually private message them. I don't know if that is you have to be in the server to private message them. That would make sense, but at the very least, if you hover over the name, you can private message them, whether you're in server or here, I think. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I really like it. So another thing that's been added is you can now, just like servers could do in the past, it would say texture pack. So servers would recommend a specific texture pack. Now they do the same for resource packs. In the future, Mojang have actually said that in the future they will be we might be able to change our names, our Minecraft names, which is actually pretty awesome. That's cool. Resource packs, you can have a sound from more than one resource pack, and you can use it. So I'm assuming that means you can choose what sounds you want from specific resource packs into your game that's currently running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the resource packs, and this is what's happened. So I'm wondering if what you can do is the available resource packs, which is in your folder, you'll have loads. I wonder if you can open them and pick which sound you want into one specific resource pack. I'm wondering if that's how it works. I'm not too sure. You guys will have to look into that if you're really interested. If you're not, then don't worry about it. This is another good thing that we've done. Music settings have been changed, so now we can have a specific sound for all of this, which is pretty awesome. We can have the master, which means all these will be changed, or we can have it we can have it specific. So we can have players, sound on, environment, friendly creatures, blocks, everything that you can see here. Now the one good thing I really like about this is the jukebox, because whenever the jukebox is on, it's really loud, and then the game is sometimes disrupts it, or environment, you can have that on the distance really quietly while everything is off. This is really cool, as you can probably tell. Nothing's changed about that. Video settings. So video settings have been changed a lot. As you can see, it allows you to have it allows people to have really lower versions of their PC. Lower. If a computer is unable to run the game before, it's more of a chance that they can run it now, because you can really change the frame rate to 10, and you can change everything. You can see how much it renders. This is the normal far rendering distance, but now you can change it. I've not really looked into all this yet. You've got all the default settings here, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. Of course, I don't know what some of these other things are. I'll have to look into that as well. Oh yeah, controls. So this has been changed completely. We've been asking for this for quite a while. Since I've been playing Minecraft, I've asked for this, specific buttons to press, and how people really like to change their buttons depending on which games they like. So now people can sort of really look into this. I created two worlds here. This is the amplified world, which a feature they've just added, which I'm going to show you now. So yeah, nothing's changed about the what kind of game modes there is, but what has changed is a new setting, which is amplified. Just for fun, requires beefy computers. Now my computer's fine running this, and me and Regan's computers are actually really fine. So we might make a couple of recordings of these worlds, because they are unbelievably amazing. I'm going to show you what I've got and I've set up in a second. So yeah, there's amplified. Nothing's really changed for anything else, but I don't think it needs to, to be honest. Before we get into that world, actually, I'm going to keep that as a surprise for the last thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this flat world which I've set up, and yeah, we're going to have a look at the new blocks. We're going to start off with this. So nether portals have now been changed so that this was the default setting of this was the default nether portal, and this was a portal I hooked up to try and see if I could create a smaller one, like a door type one. But no, that doesn't work. It has to be the default portal size, and then what you can actually do is you can create any type of size you want. So this is really good for maybe adventure maps or I don't know, things that just generally look cool. I think this is pretty awesome. I mean, maybe in your world you would want like a really big portal. Don't know why, but you know, that's how it is. But if you go into these really big portals or whatever size you've changed it to, whoops. Nothing changes on the other side. Nothing absolutely changes. So, yeah. Another thing we're gonna have a look at is this. So frames and maps now work differently. So, you may have noticed in the last version that, and the versions before, when you put maps in frames, they're very small. But now what happens is they're extremely big. So now you can actually see the map rather than have it in a tiny little frame. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Of course, you click, you can get rid of it, and it'll come out. I'm in creative mode. Yeah, so now what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the new type of trees that have been added for the new biomes, which I can't really remember the name of. They'll come up on the screen when we get to the new trees. Anyway, so yeah, this is the regular oak tree. You have the spruce tree. You have the birch tree. You have the jungle tree, which is awesome. I love jungle trees. And now we have the new tree, which is, I think this is dark oak. I think this is dark oak. Let's just, yeah, dark oak. So this is dark oak, a dark oak tree, which looks pretty, pretty cool. I like it. It has completely new textures, which we'll see in a minute. And then you have this tree. I'm not too sure how to pronounce this. I think it's Arcacia. I honestly I don't think I can pronounce it, but there it is. Arcacia. I think that's how it is. Arcacia, and it has a new texture for all this, so it's awesome. And now what we're going to talk about is the flowers. So I'm not going to go through the names. They're just going to pop up on the screen. So this is, you're going to have a quick look at it. We're just going to go through them. I remember this one's a popper. Yeah, not too sure what this is. Not too sure. Not too sure. I'm not too sure what these plants are because I've not really looked into them. They are popping up on the screen, so it's alright. And that's a daffodil, I think. Yeah, okay. Now we have the double-sized flowers. So this, again on the screen. And I remember this is a rose bush. Yeah, not too sure. This is the double fern, I think. Yeah. This is a double grass, which is awesome. I'm going to show you, and this, I don't understand why this does this, but it seems to be it only faces this way. I don't know why. Maybe it's because this is the way that the sun comes up. I'm not too sure, but yeah, this is a sunflower. Everyone loves sunflowers. This is a long grass, and I can't go into third person because it really glitches out because it thinks it's a block. But yeah, this is awesome. Imagine hiding in this. Of course, if you don't shift, people can see the top of your head. But if you shift, people can't see you. So it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Now we're going to get onto the blocks. So yeah, this is the oak blocks. Normal, pretty standard stuff. Pretty standard textures. This is the spruce. Yeah, pretty dark wood. Jungle. Yep. Birch, and now here's the two new ones. So here's the stairs. You've seen stairs for these. So this is the stairs, and this is the dark oak. So as you can see, it's actually darker than this. It's actually darker than spruce. So dark oak is really dark, and this is reddy orange. This is really, this is proper cool. And now what we're gonna have a look at is the new type of grass blocks that are in these. I think it's 3 new biomes. There was only 3 new types of ground blocks. So yeah, In a second, you'll see a couple of images that I've grabbed quickly, that I've quickly taken, and they are the new biomes, what they look like, and this is the new, the new floor for them. So we're gonna go through this one, which is the new grass type thing. That's in the biome that you can see on the screen now. Yeah, I believe this is called the podzol, something like that. Podzol, yeah, podzol. So this is the podzol type of grass, new grass. It looks like a little bit like if you've played Zoo Tycoon, the dinosaur expansion pack. If you've ever seen that, it looks like the ground for that. So yeah, and this is the red sand, is it? Red sand? Yep, red sand. So this is red sand. This comes in the I think it's you see the biome on screen now. Yeah, I think this is the Mesa biome or something like that. And I know this one. This one is the glacier biome, which you can see on screen now. This is a block called packed ice. So yeah, this is the new glass that's just been added. Awesome! It looks amazing. I really like it. This looks really fun to do. I can imagine making churches and stuff now, much more cooler. So yeah, this is the new glass. Obviously, you can actually see these. I'm sure anyone who's playing Minecraft now on the PC can see all these new glasses. They're obviously, it's all the wall blocks but glass, and of course there is panes. I didn't feel like I needed to put them up, but yeah, didn't feel like I needed to put them up, but I thought I did. Another thing to note is that bars now connect properly to glass, to panes. So yeah, now I don't know. It's just like a little added feature. Yeah, it's just like a little added feature, which is pretty cool. Yep. Moving on. Of course, here's the last bit of ice that I showed you. This is the regular ice, and this is the packed ice. I can't wait to explore with Regan these new biomes and these new amplified biomes. Another thing to mention is that if you hit the amplified, if you go into an amplified world, it increases the size of the trees. So as you can see, the tree's that big now. The tree actually gets even bigger, and the oak and spruce trees become massive, and I don't know what happens to the jungle trees. I guess they become god trees or something. Yeah, I'm going to show you the amplified world now, so I'll see you guys in a second.